This is the Toyota Fortuner 4x4 LTD. In the Toyota Fortuner lineup, this is the top of the line. I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt, it's free, and it keeps you up to date with more reviews like this. And if you're watching this on Facebook, like the page if you want to follow reviews like this one and keep up to date when it comes to automotive news, especially here in the Philippines. Now, onto the review of the Fortuner 4x4 LTD. So the mid-size SUV, especially the 7-seater truck-based mid-size SUVs, has been a fierce competition here in the Philippines because of what they offer. It's practical, it's diesel, it's big, it can fit 7 people, which is basically your whole family. Whether you're getting the 4x4 or 4x2 of the Fortuner LTD, both come with a 2.8-liter turbocharged diesel engine and 6-speed automatic transmission. Toyota gave this a torque upgrade. When it comes to horsepower, this churns out 201 brake horsepower. And then when it comes to torque, this comes out at 500 Newton meters, or for the pound-feet guys, this is 369 pound-feet of torque, making this car one of the strongest cars in the competition. If you're like me, I really love the first generation Toyota Fortuner. It had this macho, practical look to it, especially with the hood scoop. Remember that look? This looks more sleek. When I see it, it's like, you know what? You're good looking. Yeah, you're good looking. Coming from a first generation lover that didn't like the first appearance of the second generation Toyota Fortuner, I can say this time around, it looks good. But not because it is reminiscent of the first generation Toyota Fortuner. I think it looks good now more than ever, especially the LTD trim, is because it looks more like a Lexus. Look at this split type headlight, and it's, you know, this day running lights. It's so, can I say like, I'm glad this time around they embrace the sleekness. It's like, you know, if we're designed sleek, we might as well go sleek, and this does it so well. Look at these blacked out grills. I love that there's no more chrome, like at the front. Looks really good. Like I said a while ago, this is the 4x4 trim. As a 4x4, if you must know, this comes with the rear locking differential. So for you off-roaders out there, this is a very capable off-roader. But just like the Hilux, this has no terrain management system. It has 2H, 4H, and 4L settings, the usual settings. Before I forget, because like the camera's in front there, I forgot to point it out, but at the back, it also has LTD exclusive tail lights, and the signal lights you have, they're sequential. So that Lexus look, it's even more apparent once you go inside. Before we go to the LTD exclusive, it has to be said that all Toyota Fortuners, so whether you get the base model all the way up to the top of the line 4x4 LTD, all the Toyota Fortuners at this time of recording, they all get an 8-inch infotainment system that has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. When it comes to connectivity, all Fortuners will have the same capability. What the LTD gets extra is the leather that has black and maroon accents. And the LTD trim, whether it's the 4x4 or 4x2, come with a 9-speaker JBL system. So this seats all the way at the back. You can see there's a good amount of knee room. So what I like is that there's a cavity over here. It literally gives more headroom, and I like that. There's 2.1 ampere USB ports over here, so that's pretty quick charge. So if you have any devices, they plug here. I love the interior accents. Look at that. You have the black and then maroon. So you have armrest over here. And ooh, cup holders. Okay, I like the location of the cup holders and I like that it's floating, but I don't like this implementation of a cup holder. Yeah, it's a bit iffy. If you're not careful, it can actually break. I like the implementation of LED cabin lights. So to get in, it's actually easy. There's like a cavity over here, but I'm still touching already the ceiling. In terms of leg room, I'm already hitting the back of the seat. That's what I like. From the rear passenger, they have access on their own to get out of the car. Relative to most other vehicles, this has a lot of space, as you saw a while ago. But for me, the missed opportunity is this one. Like in other SUVs, these two can fold flat and then they create a flatbed. This one, on the other hand, you can see that it's consuming a lot of space, which I'm not a fan of. But like what I said, compared to other vehicles, this has a lot of room. But compared to its competitors, much can be said about about this. Maybe a few backpacks, few luggage, it'll fit here at the back. And then what I like, I guess, is it's automatic tailgate. This is the driving impression of the Toyota Fortuner 4x4 LTD. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so I think by now we established that this car is designed to be a slick looking car, and it looks slick, and it's equipped in a sophisticated way. If you look how it's put together, it's still one cohesive design. That's what makes a vehicle feel premium in design. It's when everything in it feels cohesive. But that's the thing, even with all that, it still drives like a utility SUV. Underneath all this sophistication, it's still a Fortuner at the end of the day. If you compare this Fortuner to the previous one, so whether it be the first gen or the first release of this one, this is a huge improvement in the ride comfort department. Next, if you compare it to the Hilux, this actually has a better ride. But despite all the equipment that the Toyota Fortuner offers, in terms of drive, it still feels utilitarian. And it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's take it for what it is. When it comes to like this category, what I love is their different personalities. Each of the different midsize SUVs have their different traits. So it's really picking which fits your needs. In terms of equipment, this is definitely in the podium versus its competitors. To finally have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is a big thing for me. And I love this design. It's simple, easy on the eye, nothing like too flashy, too complicated. I love the quality of the screens, both the TFT display over here, if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 inches, and then the 8-inch display over here. To sum it up, ride comfort is the best it's ever been, but having that said, it's not on top of the game. In terms of driver input, it's good. In terms of equipment, yeah, I'm impressed. I guess that's where it shines. So another LTD exclusive on the Toyota Fortuner LTD, whether it's 4x4 or 4x2, is that this comes with the Toyota Safety Sense. This having Toyota Safety Sense means that this is armed with lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, pre-collision warning, and this also comes with 7 airbags, ABS, vehicle stability control, hill assist control, descent assist control. This has panoramic camera view, rear camera, and it has sonars, 2 in the front, 4 at the back. So who's this car for besides the people who put their trust in Toyota? It's for those who are looking for a well-rounded midsize SUV that's slick in presentation, that's well-equipped inside. It's for those who are looking for a midsize SUV that when it comes to capability, especially on the 4x4, this has a lot of power, a lot of torque, very capable, very utilitarian in that aspect. But at the same time, when it comes to design with looks and with the interior, this is one slick and elegant car through and through. And when you consider the Toyota Safety Sense that it comes with, it's also a really safe vehicle. But just keep this in mind, despite what you see and what you feel when it comes to equipment, underneath the hood, underneath the body, it's still a utility vehicle through and through.